my god, I can't believe we're doing this.
Good morning from Lijian. It's 8 in the morning and we're leaving this beautiful city to go to Tiger Leap City, where we will take a hike, and Ryan is waiting for the taxi now. We have the bus in 30 minutes, so let's hope we can do it and see you there. Okay, we are at the Nakshi family guest house, ready to start our hike after taking a second van that took us up here.
I did this back in 2014 already, and it was really fun. You meet people along the way, you stay at a guest house halfway. Anyway, we'll show you what it's all about.
That's what we'll do tonight.
Yes.
We're staying at the guest house, so it will be an overnight excursion.
Yeah, the only problem is it is a bit cloudy and windy today, so I don't think it's going to be the most beautiful views, but hey, it'll be a fun hike. So a lot of the websites are a bit outdated with information. They tell you to go from this village called Chiaoto, which we think no longer exists because basically the driver was saying that there's a road going through there now. We'll try to make an updated blog post.
The old Tiger Leap excursion.
Anyway, it's very organized.
We're getting the brunch breakfast because we won't be eating for a few hours.
So show us what we got.
And we have like kung pao chicken with peanuts. We have fried potatoes, rice, and I'm waiting for the hard-boiled eggs.
So definitely come to the Nashi family guest house to get some brunch before you head off on your hike. Alternatively, you can come the night before and then stay here as well because they have a guest house and they're really friendly.
As you can see, we are ready on the tiger of the Tiger's Leap.
I guess I'm the leopard, the snow leopard.
You're the polar bear.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can be like a snow leopard.
Yeah, anyway, after I got this one at the event in Lijiang, Fabio got jealous and needed to get one as well.
I thought I really needed one.
But these are actually great because if you don't want to actually wear the hat, you can just put it down and it becomes a scarf, which is what we're gonna do now.
It's a hat and a scarf.
Yeah. So let's go. We're on to the Tiger Leaping Gorge hike. So not the gorge yet. So we just started and there's already vendors. I feel like 10 years ago it used to not be like this. It's changed a bit. There's people asking if you want to ride a horse up.
Or a raincoat.
Or if you want a raincoat. There's a woman selling Snickers. So yeah, you're not going to be alone on this trail, let's say.
Yeah, so far the hike is very paved. I guess the last time you did it, it wasn't like this.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. I don't think so. I remember it just being like dirt roads, so it's definitely come a long way. So when I came here back in 2014, there were lots and lots of foreigners. Not lots, but there were quite a bit of foreigners doing this, and no local Chinese doing the hike. I guess it's just because maybe hiking wasn't at the time popular with Chinese culture. So now it's kind of reversed itself, whereas there's definitely a lot of Chinese hikers. You don't see many foreigners. We saw some Koreans on our bus, but yeah, I think COVID has a lot to do with it. There's just less visitors in China now, but hence why we're here trying to change it. Okay, we're already on the 28 bends, which is the longest, hardest part of the hike. You're gonna lose count of the bends literally 1 or 2 bends in. We don't know how many we're at right now.
And I have already started using
Fabio's
the oxygen, despite we are quite trained because we are doing many hikes. Not so many.
Yeah.
Few. They even have emergency columns here. Good to know.
Our new friends. Okay, so little Chinese lesson, I keep saying 加油, 加油, which means add oil, which means like it's encouragement to keep going, which I keep yelling at people when we pass them. Halfway through the 28 bends, maybe not, but they actually stopped putting the concrete in, so it's retained some of the authenticity. I remember last time I was here, I bought weed off of like an old nashi lady, but it wasn't really that good. I think I remember it just being like bushweed and it didn't have any effects, so I think it was kind of fake. But yeah, it was a bit bizarre buying that in China, which is so drug adverse. I'm not sure the same lady we're gonna encounter again though. Hello. So even up in the mountains you can pay by WeChat or Alipay. So that goes to show you have to get this app when you come to China.
Smoke ganja. Smoke.
Ah, ganja. Maybe this is the woman I bought weed off of.
We conquered the 28 bends and we made it to halfway of today's hike. Halfway through, you can pay to come down here in this photo spot and take a photo with the flags, and also use the rope if you like danger and take another photo.
But yeah, that's just, I don't know, I just wouldn't do it. It's silly. Not worth the photo.
I just took a wee at over 2,800 meters high.
Yeah, so now we've done the 28 bends and now we're on like a kind of decline or even flatter portion, I'm pretty sure. I think at some point we're gonna get to like this tea house where we could take a little bit of a break. What I love about Chinese people, I don't think I've said this in a video, is that they always say like, have you eaten? 你吃好了? 你吃好了? They're very concerned that you're like fed at all times, and it's almost just a way of saying like, is everything okay? Like, did you eat? Yeah, it's cute. All right, we found a pit stop. I don't think this is the official pit stop I was talking about, but it's a nice place to get a little... She has a whole coffee setup and tea setup and everything. This is way more put together since the last time, I guess, because there's now roads connecting like the middle parts and everything, so you have different kind of vendors. How you feeling? Do you like it so far?
Yeah, it's really beautiful. It's very hazy, misty,
foggy.
Foggy.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's for the better, for good.
absolutely.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be very challenging.
Yeah, and I think tomorrow in the most beautiful like part of the hike, and when we wake up, it should be a little bit less foggy. Let's hope, crossing fingers. So as we descend a bit more, what's your favorite thing about hiking?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of hiking.
Okay.
If you've seen our videos already, like the road trip
Or too shady.
we took in Kazakhstan near Almaty, or Tusheti, you would know. But yeah, I like to discovering new places and also to challenge myself a little bit, and sometimes the only way to see some places is by hike. So yeah, reason, I guess. And also it's another way to exercise your breath in general.
Yeah.
So if you don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
What do you like about hiking?
Yeah, I think there's like, I mean, all the reasons you said, and then also because I guess I like the fact that, oh my God, I already forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, I like that it reminds me of like the simplicity of life. We tend to complicate things so much, but when you're on a hike, you don't have much. You just have the people that you like to hike with, you have some snacks, you have some water, and then you just have like beautiful views around you, and it reminds you of the simpler things in life. So that cliche. Also, yeah, I feel like I don't ever get enough energy out during the day, so when I go on a hike, it gets a lot of energy out, and I tend to have like a really deep, good sleep afterwards. And I wish I could just do it more often. Okay, we made it to the Tea Horse, which is not where we want to be this evening, but at least we know we're headed in the right direction. And yes, this construction was not here the last time I was here, that's for sure. It's definitely developed a lot.
Okay, I hope we crossed already 3/4 of today's hike, because it's almost 4 by now.
Shit. Okay, we have a few hours until it gets dark though, we're good. But we need to actually get on with the hike then.
I'm hungry.
Okay, let's get a quick snack and then we go. Anyway, we're having the most like Shangri-La type of dish right now. The most Yunnan dish ever. Yak meat and a Shangri-La beer. Mine's Tibetan Pale Ale, and what is yours? Light lager. No, it's light lager though. But yeah, there's Tibetan written on it. So let's see how these are.
The yak is the local dry meat. It's very chewy and dry, but this one is really good. It's also salty, very salty. I like it.
And they also put a little bit of the numbing spice, like the ma la numbing spice, which is very famous in Sichuan province. So it numbs your mouth a little bit, but not too much. It's really paired nicely with the beer.
你们是哪里的？
我是美国的，他是意大利的。
啊，中文好好。
一点点。你来自哪里？
我是云南的。
云南的。
啊，临川。
哦，临川哦，我们没去过。
茶叶之乡。
我们去西蒙。西蒙
对。
普洱那边。
We feel like we know everyone on the hike by now.
Everyone's here at the same coffee, cafe, and bar, chilling before we go on to our last checkpoint of the day.
We're doing karaoke whilst hiking. This means we have good internet here. Nothing is ever really remote in China.
No, you got good internet everywhere.
Autostrada deserta. We've come across a yak family. We're so sorry for eating you, especially the little one. Can you give me some space, please? Hello. Okay, we're almost halfway, if we want to call it like that. One of those buildings must be our guest house.
Yes, and we almost literally just got blown off the mountain at the very end there. So happy to be on solid ground. And yeah, it's been a day. But my feet are definitely blistered, which hasn't happened in a long time.
My shoulders are hurting.
Oh my God, our guest house is on top of the mountain.
Everything.
It's literally called something on top of the hill is the translation. But I didn't think it was it's a bit of an understatement. 你好. Hold on, go.
And at the end of the day, the sun is finally coming out. There. Just there.
We've arrived to, I think, honestly, what might be the highest guest house in the entire halfway area. So the guest house is really cute. The lady is so nice, and she gave us already some of the typical tea. and we're having some fruit. The only problem is the power is out at the moment, which hopefully will be rectified by later, because otherwise it's a cold shower and Fabio doesn't like that, and I don't either. Okay, we have the wonderful hostess who made this food for us.
All this food.
Yeah.
Also a duck that has been killed today. So
She killed the duck today. 你今天杀是吗？我们拍一个小视频。
好，你们拍个小视频。
对。Yeah, and some potato, which we ate potato already today, but you can never get and you can never get enough of it when you're hiking. And then a vegetable soup, and of course rice to top it all off. Bon appetito. 吃饭吧。Come stay at this guest house, it's amazing. 谢谢你. Okay, we just left. It was an amazing stay. We recommend this place, especially if you want something a bit basic, but the food was amazing. Hospitality was really nice. And there are a lot of other luxury places in this area too, so if you want that as well, we can recommend some places. The view today is still a little bit hazy, unfortunately. If it were like a really, really beautiful day, this would be one of the best views you would ever see in your life. Take it from me, who was here like 10 years ago. But it's okay, it is what it is, and it's still beautiful. And we're about to start the second part of the hike.
yes, ready for the second and last part of the hike.
Yeah, and it's not so strenuous today. It's gonna be a few hours, and then you go down to the Tiger Leaping Gorge.
We made it to halfway. It does really exist.
Halfway has a cafe called Tiger Bucks. Tiger Bucks. I wonder where they took that from. It is very expensive coffee. Just paid €7.50 for 2 Americano.
So we just had a very nice breakfast at the restaurant of the halfway. We had boiled eggs and yogurt with muesli and fruit. And look at here, they're building more. So yeah, you were saying that the vibe is really different from the last time.
Yeah, I think like last time I came in, there was only 2 or 3 guest houses where you can choose from. And now there's tons of guest houses with more to come. So it's not like the vibe is bad at all. It just is different, you know. It changes. Everything evolves.
Yeah, I think I read that this is the most popular hike in China.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
And Chinese usually don't really like to hike.
Yeah, but that's changed. I think
So-
that's changed over the years. I
Yeah.
think now they're really into it. Although I do suspect some of them are just going for this one hike and they bought the sticks and everything just for this one experience.
Yeah.
But
As you can see, things in China
they
changes.
do, like everywhere.
fast, like
Oh my
everywhere.
god, yeah. I mean, this village did not even have a street 10 years ago, and now you can take this windy road all the way up. So you can skip the majority of the hike, but don't do that. This little cutie is the Tiger Leaping Gorge guard dog. He's so cute. He just loves being pet.
And the sun is almost out on this hike.
Okay, this portion is quite scary actually, just because there's like sheer cliff drops, and if you're just not careful,
Yeah, but also very scenic.
very scenic. Waterfalls, rocks. It's very beautiful here. We are inside a waterfall, basically, and with a cliff on our side. Yeah, the waterfall area is a little bit on the hectic side. It's fine actually. There's lots of stones to step on, but you will get a little bit wet. And there's a lot of people taking pictures and stuff. So just like barrel on through.
Yeah, that was the coolest part of the hike, I must say. Actually, this second part of the hike is more beautiful.
Yeah.
Maybe because there's a light, sunlight, not really, but
Okay, a bit of a traffic jam on this last part. I think the last descent has a lot of people, which we had not encountered this many people on the whole trip, so.
Hi,
we are here with Chen. He's doing the hike with us. Where are you from, Chen?
I'm from Guangxi province, Nanning.
Which apparently is one of the warmest places in China.
Yes.
Right?
Guangxi province is very beautiful. We won't get to it in this video series, but it's another place. There's Guilin and Yangshuo. Very beautiful nature spots.
Yeah, and beaches.
Yeah, and you could take
That's
the
fine.
boat from like Guangxi down to Yangshuo, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's very beautiful.
And you have it looks a
Give me
little
the
bit
water
like
bottle.
Laos and Vangvieng with the karst limestone stones jutting out of the ground. So another place to check out in this amazing country. We made it to the road. Oh my god, I'm a little
It was short today compared
Yeah.
to yesterday. Well, not super easy.
not as easy as I thought it would be. And now we're headed to the actual gorge part. Let's do it.
Finally, you
Finally.
can see the gorge.
The gorgeous gorge. Okay, so in order to get down to this center Tiger Leaping Gorge, once you get down the road, you're gonna have to get to teacher Zhang or Zhang Lao Shi's guest house, and on the left side there's gonna be a little path, some steps to get down to the gorge. Yeah, if it's a windy day, expect to get a lot of dust in your eyes. It starts to get a bit steeper as you go down too. Yeah, we have to eventually come up this again.
Okay, this last part is very tough because the wind lifts all the dust. There are ropes, it's wet, and we're getting tired. And now we're really getting in the gorge. So on the right side is the Dragon Jade Snow Mountain, and on this side where we were is the Haba Snow Mountain, which is a bit lower, but they are both above 5,000 meters high altitude. Do you want to walk there? It's very beautiful and we made it. That's the Tiger Leap. And do you know why it's called Tiger Leap?
Why is it called the Tiger Leaping?
Because according to a legend, a tiger jumped on the narrowest part of the gorge, which is about 25 meters. And I guess it's that part.
Fucking crazy ass tiger.
Or maybe
that's
it's the one in front.
Yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, maybe the one on this side.
And the river here is called Jinsha, which is an upper part of the Yangtze River that we will encounter again in Chongqing. There are many photo options, but we don't have much time anymore.
Yeah, we have like less than an hour to get all the way back up to the top.
What about the stairs?
Oh, I don't know. I think the ladder might be gone. Honestly, it was a bit of a hazard, so probably for the best. Maybe it's still here though. I'm just not sure where. We probably won't do it though. Let's go. The ladder does exist, but it looks like it's less scary than it used to be. I think they changed the angle of it.
I can't believe we're fucking doing this. This is the real stair, and as you can see, it's very vertical. When you think you touched rock bottom, there's a second one. This is the last one, so it really was 168 there.
This one's 36. Oh my god, fucking terrifying. But we did it!
Oh my god, we made it in the nick of time, and it wasn't a pleasure.
I think I've
This
never,
last part of the hike.
I think I've never expended so much energy and adrenaline in my life. But anyway, we're going to recap about this hike from our Tibetan guest house in Shangri-La. So we'll see you there.
As you can see from this Tibetan style mural we have behind, we made it to Shangri-La safe and sound.
And that means we're done with the Tiger Leaping Gorge hike. We survived. There were a few times there where it was questionable, but it was really fun. So overall impressions of the hike.
The hike was great. I really liked the second part, and now I understood why they call it halfway, even though it's not exactly halfway. It's because the second day might take you as long as the first one. So I would say if you're short on time, you can also skip the first part, which is not as scenic as the second part, and take more time on the second hike. I wish we had more time, because really the gorge for me was really beautiful, despite it was packed full of people, but I would have loved to spend more time there to take more photo with our felines hats. What do you think?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I mean, I actually really liked the first part of the hike because I think that, I don't know, it's just a really big challenge. And I think the midway point, when you get to halfway, you're like, oh my God, I did that. That was so cool. And then you go to a guest house, you have a nice dinner, maybe you meet some people, and then you go to sleep. And then you have the next day to like look forward to. The second part was definitely harder than I thought. And I would have a lot more time, particularly for going down to the gorge. We had like less than 2 hours, and we managed to go down and up all in that time. And it was like, I felt like I was running a lot of the time.
It was really a rush. I sweat so much.
So wake up, if you have like a 2 o'clock bus back to either Shangri-La or Lijiang, make sure you wake up earlier. We probably started the hike around like 10. Try to start earlier than that, even though you might be quite tired from the day before. What did you think of the ladders at the end of the hike, which brought us back to the guest house to take our bus?
The first ladder was very scary.
Yeah.
The others two were already better. The first one was very vertical, very steep. But yeah, I'm glad we did it.
Yeah, I think the ladder, you can also go up the normal way to back up the kind of squiggly zigzags. You can do it that way, but you're going to encounter more people going down than going up. The ladder was cool. It was a bit frightening, and the thing is there's so many people lining up to go, so you're wondering like if someone were to fall from the top, because there's no harnesses or anything, it would honestly just knock everyone down off of the cliff. So I don't know, it's not for the faint-hearted, but it still is a really cool experience. It's just it's gonna take a lot of adrenaline out of you, because particularly the second ladder up, it's 80 steps, and midway through I felt like I was gonna have a panic attack, and then I was like, oh my God, breathe, made it up to the top.
Yes, now we're very tired and hungry. So stay tuned if you want to see our next adventure here in Shangri-La. And thanks for watching. Thanks for following.
Thanks for subscribing. I hope if you got this far, you've hit subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you at the next one.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Ciao.